The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Boss Mustapha, says there is a need to develop and imbibe a resilient and vibrant public-private partnership framework in Africa. The SGF said this in Abuja at the Africa Public-Private Partnership Network Investment Summit with the theme Financing Africa's Infrastructure through PPP. The two-day summit is being hosted by the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission (ICRC).
Hence, identifying the private sector development as an engine of sustainable structural transformation through PPPs is of critical importance to the continent. Indeed, to release the potential of Africa, there is the need to develop and imbibe a resilient and vibrant PPP framework as a means of facilitating rapid infrastructure transformation of the continent, improving access to finance and financial literacy, developing payment systems, and enhancing creditor rights. Similarly, access to finance by the private sector is equally very key.
Mustapha, however, said that to stimulate and create a vibrant private sector on the continent and accelerate infrastructure development, some issues needed to be addressed.
There is definitely the need to create a welcoming and enabling environment for the businesses to thrive. This can be achieved by reducing risk and cost of doing business and by securing private property rights or proprietary rights, improving governance, fighting corruption, simplifying regulations, and promoting competition. African governments must also resist pressure to erect trade barriers for intra-African trade to flourish. Currently, intra-African trade amongst African states is about 10% of total exports. This is the lowest amongst other regions in the world. But we strongly believe that with the initiative of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, the situation will drastically improve.
The Acting Director General ICRC, Michael Ohiani, said the theme of the summit was apt and timely, given the critical role played by PPPs in the transformation of global economies.
We believe that this continental body needs to continually provide the avenue for interaction and networking amongst African PPP practitioners in order to have a common body of knowledge. This is especially so as we have our peculiar circumstances and we need to deal with our infrastructure and service provision challenges with respect to our ways while keeping a watchful eye on global trends and development. Partnership between the public and private sector for the financing, designing, building, maintenance of infrastructure, and delivery of associated services is absolutely necessary for African governments to meet the need for modern and efficient infrastructure and for reliable, cost-effective delivery of public services.
The Director General, Nigerian Governors Forum, represented by Head Stakeholders Relations (SDGs) NGF, said the forum had collaborated with ICRC to establish the Nigerian Public-Private Partnership Network.
To achieve the Sustainable Development Goal 9, which is industry, innovation, and infrastructure, the NGF believes that improving the capacity and resources of state governments to prepare PPP pipelines and bankable PPP projects offers a sustainable long-term approach to improving social infrastructure, enhancing the value of public sector assets, and making better use of taxpayers' money.